Page 66, Country Gardens. At the top of the page, they're explaining the form. We're back to musical form again. This has 4 parts in it. A, B, C, A. See, each part is a letter, and we just keep adding letters as we need to. But if you repeat a certain section, or the music is the same, then it gets the same letter. So the A, it ends with the same musical information as it started with. Notice that when you're dealing with form in music, A, B, C, A form like this one, that doesn't have anything to do with the length of a section, because it's like 4 sections here. Right? A section, B section. They don't have to be sections, all right, but I'm just using it as convenience. But each of these parts, the A, B, C, do not have to be the same length. Length has nothing to do with it, so forget length when you're trying to figure it out. You got to just listen to the music and see what's happening in the music. At the beginning, on A, you have this musical statement, etc. On B, you have this musical statement. See, it's different. The rhythm's close, but no, it's still different. On C, we have this statement. Okay, it's a different statement. And then at the last line, because the statement is the same as the beginning, close, then it's labeled the same. And that's how it works. Section A is the equivalent of 2 lines long because of the repeat sign. Section B is the equivalent of 2 lines long. Section C is 1 line long. And section A at the bottom again is just 1 line long. That's fine. That's the way it works out. As I said, it can get pretty involved when you're dealing with sections and parts of a piece. And this has dotted rhythms in it. And if you take it real slow, you can work out the dotted rhythms. There's 2 different kinds here. You have the dotted 8th note at the beginning. And if you look at the last measure of the first line, there's a dotted quarter note stuck in there. Oh, yeah, it's just a fun city, ain't it? It's just, at the beginning, it's 1 E and 2 E and 1 E. You just have to take it real slow, and then you gradually build it up. 1 E and 2 E and 1 E. Just remember the 16th note comes on 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2. Okay? But when you get to the end of the first line, 1 and 2 and. So that's like, oh, okay. It's important that you get this. You got other dotted rhythms in here. They work exactly the same way, so you can work the rhythm out exactly the same way. And I encourage you to do that before listening to me or anybody else do it. Try and work it out on your own. Now, I want to talk about the fingering. I'm going to start with the right hand. Lots of repeated notes, and this is it says moderato, but actually this is more like an allegretto, or this is a fun piece, all right? This is like a dance. So it can move along pretty good. So moderato is not slow. It's a pretty good speed, but it's just not fast, all right? So fingering wise, again, finger like they're doing it if that's what you want, but I want to give you some other ideas to think about. Right at the beginning, 2 C's, I would do a 4 on the 2nd C. Okay, and then on those 2 A's, I'd do the first A with 2nd finger because that's where it worked, and then 3rd finger on the next one. Next measure, 2nd finger on the G, 3rd finger on the 2nd G. And then 3rd finger like they're showing at the end of the 2nd measure. So, it's that. Okay. 2nd line. I would do a 1-4 and then a 3. Second measure, those 2 E's there. You're going to use 2nd finger on the first one, and they're telling you to use 3rd on the 2nd, so that's great. Yes, just do that. Okay. Third line, third measure. Starting out with the 2 C's, similar like at the beginning. I would do a 3 on the first one and a 4 on the second. And then for the last measure, I recommend your third finger's on the B, but I recommend you come down and put the fourth finger on it. Because that way you're in position. The last beat starts with an E, and you can reach it without, easily. I mean, right there, you've got it. So that's the... In the last line, first measure, you're playing the G with third finger. Reach up like they're telling you to, and use the fifth finger on the C. Just reach up one. Then those 2 A's, I recommend a 3, 4, and then a 3, and then a 4 on the second G, and then the third. See, they are sort of telling you to change your fingers anyway. That's handy. I'm just suggesting you do it a little more. In the left hand, just do it the way it's done. I got nothing to change, nothing to suggest. You're just playing it. You're going to move around, but you got rest. You can move around in the rest. Notice the phrasing. There's phrasing for each hand here. Usually you don't get phrasing for the left hand. You're just playing a legato, be done with it. They're showing us phrasing. So we got to deal with phrasing in each hand. You work it out one hand at a time so you get it. For the most part, the hands, the phrasing will be the same, so it's not much of a problem. But look at the second line. It's different. In the right hand, the phrasing is here. So I'm going to lift up and down between each phrase so I get a little bit of silence. But the left hand, it's all connected there. And then you lift up. This is the first piece I recall seeing where they're giving you phrasing for each hand, and that's nice. And a lot of music does. Just adds one more thing to work out. Let's play this together. Common times, I'll give us 4 counts. You're going to play the first line twice. We're going to play the second line twice. You see the repeat signs, the one at the end and one at the beginning of the second line. So we're going to do that line twice. And then we'll do the last 2 lines. I'll give us 4 counts and we'll play it slowly together. The right hand is here, left hand here, no pedal. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go.